So I opted for some red wine, which is a little bit oaky and dry. And I do not know what the hell I'm talking about. That's neat. The Terminal Link train just rolled past 2 Up Express trains. And hey there, it is, I almost said Wednesday, it is Saturday, July 13th, 7:55 p.m. is the time, and I'm here once again at Pearson International Airport. And I'm standing just in front of the Terminal 1 International Departures gates where you would enter. And tonight I'll be boarding a flight that is set to take off at 11:40. And I'll be making my way over to London Heathrow. It's a beautiful day here in the city. I think it's a fair bit cooler in London. And it's a direct flight, I think, on a Boeing 777-300 in a 343 configuration. Not my favorite, but it'll do. The airport's not too busy, so my plan is to get a physical copy of my boarding pass. I've already got a digital copy. And then head through security. And then hopefully hit a lounge. I have a number of lounge passes still. Alright, I'm just going to use this kiosk here. I'll be back in a few moments. Mission accomplished. That took all of a few seconds. It says E-gate straight ahead. International and domestic. There is another security entrance that sometimes you have to go through when you fly AC over in that direction. All right, I'm just gonna hit the little boys' room. And I'll go through security and I'll resume recording on the other side. And I'll let you know how long that takes, but it looks pretty quick today. Not much of a lineup. Well, that only took a few minutes to get through, but of course, as is tradition, one of my items was flagged. So this is mostly domestic and US flights, if I'm not mistaken, but we have to head all the way over to the E-gates, and I'm on my way to the Plaza Premium International Lounge. And this is a walk I made the last time here. Or actually 2 times ago. I was on a scheduled to be on a flight that was bound to Vancouver, and it ended up getting canceled, and we were rescheduled to multiple flights. And finally, we're sent on our way to the Netherlands, of all places, to connect to Bangkok. So me and my friend had to make the jog from that area over to this international area. It's pretty quiet in the airport tonight.
You have two seats together.
There's only 2 seats.
E-gates straight ahead.
Located at
So it should be around 11 in the morning when I get to London. Terminal 1, international or US passengers only, straight ahead. That would be me. So just about everything I've said about the security entrances, the turbulence is wrong. Maple Leaf Lounge, go straight. The moving walkway is not operating.
Maybe like next time. Yeah. One thing I'm gonna bring is a couple more sweaters.
Yeah.
Like I just want sweaters that are like I don't mind like sweating in. It was like you have these sweaters for
All right, we can try the moving walkway here. So I'm here nice and early, already through security. It's 8:30. I have 4 lounge passes left until January. I might end up burning them all up on this trip. So I think that's all US departures down there. lounge for all travelers, Plaza Premium. I think it's 32 USD to enter the lounge if you don't have a pass with access. I got mine through Dragon Pass. That was a perk for one of my credit cards. A few years ago, I flew business class from Toronto to Seoul, and I got to go into the Maple Leaf Lounge straight ahead. That was quite nice. All right, so I think I need to go left. As long as it's not lined up too bad. We'll pop into the lounge and I'll give you a brief tour of it. But it's supposed to be upstairs near, sorry. I was looking at the signs and he was looking at his phone. We had a little collision. It's supposed to be near gate E77. I might be going completely the wrong way. There's E77. Lounge is left. So the Air Canada Signature Lounge is if you're flying on Air Canada Signature. That's kind of like their premium business class product. I think my gate is E71. Yep. This flight here on the right is going to London, it looks like. The Signature Lounge and Plaza Premium are this way. Not much of a line. So I'll report back if I've been successful to get in. So I am on the wait list. She said there's just 3 groups ahead of us as my camera slides back into focus. So apparently I'll get an email when it's time to go in. So until then, I'm just gonna hang out here, I think. And I thought she said there were 3 groups ahead of us, but according to the email they sent me, I am number 13 on the wait list. So I thought we'll take a quick stroll around the E-gates. And then I'll see if I have access to the lounge yet. If not, I might just pull the trigger and order some food outside of the lounge and save my pass. Oh, you know what?
Is that us?
It's my turn. All right, I'll see you in the lounge. So the lounge is nothing special, your usual buffet assortment of grub, buttered egg noodles, cacciatore chicken, meatballs. There's people over there, so I'll show you the lounging room. I had the meatballs, they were pretty good. And I also watched Uruguay knock off Canada. And it is now 10:20, so it's almost time to head down and board the flight. But this is it for the Plaza Premium International Lounge at Terminal 1. It's now 10:48 and time to board. I'm in zone 5, so I'll be in one of the lines on the very end. Air Canada has done their usual trying to get people with carry-ons to voluntarily check their bags.
You okay, honey?
And let's see how long this takes. All right, it is now 11:15. I was in the final group to board, zone 5. And I am going to seat 32E. It's a pretty smooth boarding process. E.
Eat first time.
Thank you.
I would have put your thing down there. I feel like majority wanted Scramblopoulos. Yeah, I was like, I'll go say that's what I literally tell my students.
This has been a very long boarding process. The people on this side of the plane seem to be taking forever. They're rocking on that side. There I am, 32. I'm just gonna put my bags up. In my seat, and absolutely squished in here. A lovely 32E. Well, it is now 12:21 a.m. Our scheduled departure time was actually 11:40, and the captain just came on and gave us the good news that we'll be here for probably at least another 45 minutes. They had an issue with having too much fuel aboard, and they're currently rebalancing the fuel tanks. There's also another issue where they can't get the heating and air cooling system working properly, and they won't know if that is going to work until they can fire up the engines. And they're not going to be able to do that apparently until the fuel rebalancing is done. So good job, Air Canada. It seems as if almost every time I take them, some kind of shenanigans happens. So I guess all I can do is just sit here and wait. Normally I do these loo reviews when we're up in the air. It is 12:50 a.m. and we are still chilling on the ground. They certainly jumped the gun in boarding this plane. As you can see, it is a somewhat well-kept bathroom, but we all really just want to get up in the air and get on our way. We haven't had any updates from the captain or anything like that, but just sitting there not doing anything can be quite exhausting. Good job, Air Canada. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the seat now. Just a quick update. There is no update, and me and my buddy here don't know who that is, but he's getting a little cozy. I've been waiting a while. It's, yeah, after, oh, here we go.
Unfortunately, the run-up that we tried with both engines didn't produce the results that I was hoping. So the maintenance guy has left the aircraft, and he's apparently we've put another delay on for half an hour, and they're going to try another option here with this aircraft. So I'm not exactly sure what that entails as far as the procedure they're going to use. So I'm waiting for more information on that. In the meantime, they have put another half-hour delay on us, and hopefully our maintenance guys can troubleshoot this and get it fixed. So in the meantime, folks, thanks for bearing with us, and I'll get back to you here as soon as I get a little bit more information. Thank you very much.
There you go, straight from the horse's mouth. We're looking at least another half hour, so we're not going to end up taking off until after 2. If we were in the terminal, we all would have been given food vouchers. But of course, we're just sitting on a plane, so you are SOL. That's the Air Canada way. All right. I'll probably be back with an update when we're deplaning and SOL on this one. Good job. It is 1:55 a.m. We've heard no updates, but I guess the captain told us it would already be another 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes ago, but people seem to be getting a little bit restless, and everyone is getting up to use the restrooms. If this were the afternoon, I think it would be a different story, but everyone's quite tired, and I think they're all patiently waiting it out. And kudos to all the passengers. The staff on the plane have barely been coming around. They've come around for offering water a few times. But updates are few and far between. So it looks like another award-winning experience, courtesy of our friends at Air Canada.
Choose a different time and deplane. Please take an opportunity now to raise your hand, and we'll get people to assist you. Once again, I apologize for the disruption of your travel plans, but we're going to hopefully get out of here in the next hour, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you very much.
So it is 2:13 a.m. and they just told us we are delayed another hour. And they offered anyone wanting to get off the plane the opportunity to do so and just go home or make alternate arrangements. They'll probably end up in a line, and then Air Canada will tell them to go fuck themselves. I don't know, just...
And just to clarify, if you do wish to exit the aircraft,
Here we go.
if you start your legs on the bridge, you're welcome to do so. Also, if you would like to exit the aircraft and not take part of this flight tonight, you can walk to the very top of the bridge rather than raise your hand. Just walk to the top of the bridge with your luggage. Thank you.
That's nice. Maybe they'll put on some salsa lessons for us when we get there. Anyways, I'll come back and keep you posted. And just to make things more fun, it is a sauna in here, and the captain came on and acknowledged that the AC system is not working on the plane, and they're bringing an external system from the ground to get cold air in here. Like, what are we even doing? Why are we even still here? I don't know. But, yeah, a lot of restless people moving around.
In the morning. Yeah, I don't mind because there was a time of Friday. You're welcome.
Well, in case you couldn't have guessed it, the flight has been canceled. It is just before 3 a.m. Apparently there's another flight scheduled for 8 a.m. they're arranging. That's all they gave us. They told us to just come out here and someone would assist us. But after spending all that time on the plane, I really want to line up and deal with this. I guess so. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. My luxurious sleeping accommodations for the night. They announced we've been rebooked, or our plane has been rescheduled to depart at 8 a.m., thus making it kind of pointless to go home. The cheapest hotel in the area was $180. There was no mention of compensation. Somebody on our flight was saying they would have to owe us $1,000. If you know anything about that, do let me know down in the comments. That might be kind of handy. This area is kind of well lit. Unfortunately, I believe the Timmy's is closed. Looks kind of open. But people from the flight have just kind of scattered about. There's a number of people by the gate lined up. At one point, everyone started shouting for hotels and compensation. And by the time I got my camera on, I just missed it. But the seating is kind of hostile towards camping out all night in the airport. Where's our flight? It is not on there. Oh, 2340 AC 858 E75 embarquement. They don't have it updated with its new departure time.
This is for information. We'll have an update waiting to make sure everybody is off the aircraft. So just give us a few more minutes and we'll have an updated information. However, we will be departing at 8 a.m. So for now, everyone that's standing here, just have a seat. We will be giving you more information.
Okay, maybe I buzzed off a little too early. But here's where everyone's been standing around waiting. So that announcement they said would be coming up shortly took about 20 minutes. And good news, we are not allowed to leave the airport. Apparently, the customs and immigration area isn't open, so we are trapped here. The earliest anyone who wants to leave can leave is 5 a.m., so not for an hour and a half or so. There's been some very not happy people. I can say that much. I was just talking to a few groups of people. People just kind of standing around in dismay. So according to this, a delay between 6 and 9 hours, I don't think my camera's focusing on it, nets $700 in compensation, and 9 hours or more, that's $1,000, but you'll be entitled to compensation unless your flight was delayed or canceled due to a situation outside of our control or required for safety purposes. So there is your catch-all. They will absolutely play that card, but we have not been offered food vouchers, and their service and communication has been absolutely atrocious. So we're all trapped in the airport. Oh my, I am so glad I don't have some kind of event or connecting flight or a cruise. But we are hostages or prisoners.
I need to see your edition.
And no one told us that until their announcement. I think several people had tried to leave. Oh well, back to the sleeping area. And it's interesting, they're keeping the flight number, so they have elected to just delay the flight rather than cancel it and put us on a new flight. So I think that means our boarding passes and everything remain intact. So we get to go through this whole song and dance in what? Maybe 3.5 hours from now? We can start boarding that flight. I'm probably just gonna pull an all-nighter, but I have to charge this camera up, so I will turn it off for a little bit. Find an outlet. And hopefully, just hopefully, Air Canada won't fuck things up anymore. If you might recall, I certainly had a fun ordeal trying to get to Bangkok, but I guess that's a story for another time with Air Canada back in February. Hey sports fans, it is now 5:07 a.m. and allegedly this is the gate where AC 858 will board from. Rumor has it that it might actually pull away from the gate once we're ready to go. I'll believe it when I see it. I have had zero sleep, so needless to say, my first day in London which was supposed to be a full day, is going to be a total write-off, providing I actually get there. And a lot of people for this morning's flights have started to pour into the terminal. And I got myself a double-double from Tim Hortons when I realized there was zero chance I'd be falling asleep. I guess this video's gone kind of off the rails.
I don't think there's no airline flight.
But if you're wondering what the lineup at Timmy's is like, there it is. When I went, nobody was in line. And what do you know, they've reopened this washroom. You can probably guess where I'm heading. It is now 7 a.m. and we are just about to board.
Air Canada 858 with service to London is inviting any passenger to have PRE indicated on their boarding pass. Please come forward to gate E77 for boarding. Thank you.
Nice and organized as always. Anyways, I guess I'll see you on the plane. Fun times. So excited to do this all over again. Thank you.
You okay?
So we are finally up in the air after about a 40-45 minute delay, par for the course with this airline. And it says we are 6 hours to London. The time right now is 9:08 a.m. I just bought the streaming pass, so I should be able to keep myself entertained on the flight, but there we go. Got the camera to flip around. Same people in the same spots as last time, different crew. We haven't been fed yet or had any beverages, but we are finally well on our way. And for the first time, we've been served food by AC. We got some yogurt, bread, and the Wi-Fi is fast enough that I can stream the premiere of my video this morning that is going up the CN Tower. Don't know if I'm going to eat the bread, but I'm going to eat the crap out of the yogurt. Alright, sports fans, let's do Lou review number 2 from plane number 2. And this one is absolutely tiny. The other one across the galley from this one is much bigger. It's not that clean, but on a positive note, the flight attendants on this flight have been excellent. I think they're quite sympathetic towards what we've all been through. We're about a third of the way through the flight, and for me, the highlight of the flight is the guy sitting next to me noticed I was watching YouTube, and he said that he really wanted to watch Wimbledon, and He ordered the streaming pass and was about, well, I don't want to say just how I did it, but needless to say, Wimbledon is on his phone and he is quite happy. So that is pretty cool. But other than that, I'm tired as hell and trying to get some shut-eye, but I can't on planes. But that's my problem, not yours. Washroom is pretty gross. But you're going to come across that sometimes on a plane, so I give this bathroom a 3 out of 10. Yoink. Ta-da, we have a meal. We are something like 5.5 hours into the flight. They had a chicken. I opted for the pasta. Came with a piece of bread, probably a very dry brownie, some salad, and some black diamond marble cheddar cheese. Okay, so long story short, the meal kind of sucked. I give it 0.5 out of 10. Everything was gross, but the drinks came after I was done, so I opted for some red wine, which is a little bit oaky and dry. And I do not know what the hell I'm talking about.
Mesdames et messieurs, pour les passagers
Thank you.
par le couette,